Alright guys, second. So, alright. Okay guys, this is the work health and safety meeting. The date is the 20th of the 4th, 2024. Time is 10 a.m. Location, Anytime Fitness office. Attendees, Georgia Elizabeth, fitness professional, and Chantel Staff, gym general manager. Okay, the agenda items: facilities required to manage risks, hazards identified, control measures, reviewing control measures, medical emergency incident report, stress and fatigue monitoring. Okay, the agenda 1. So they're the agendas we'll be going over, guys. So, agenda 1, work health and safety within the workplace. Good morning everyone, thank you for joining today's work health and safety meeting. Today we'll be discussing why it's essential for our facility to manage risk effectively, as you all know. Work health and safety is not just a legal requirement, but is also crucial for the well-being of our staffs and clients. According to the Work Health and Safety Act, it is our responsibility as a business to provide a safe working environment for everyone by managing risks effectively. We can prevent accidents, injuries, potential legal issues. Alright, let's move on to the next agenda item. Anything on that one, guys?
No.
All good? Hazards identified. Now let's discuss the hazards we have identified within this workplace. First hazard is absence of wet floor signs.
Yep.
Which poses a slip hazard, especially in high traffic areas, especially in this gym.
Yep.
The second hazard is malfunctioning equipment, such as treadmills and weight machines, which increases which is an increased risk of injury to our clients and staff. Lastly, we have identified inaccurate spacing for the leg press machine, which can lead to accidents or strain injuries. These hazards have been rated on their severity and likelihood of occurrence. As outlined in our risk register, moving forward, we need to address these hazards to ensure the safety of everyone in our facility. So, the risk register was which I shared with you recently before the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Risk control. So we're going to go over that agenda now. The control measures we've proposed for each identified hazard for the absence of the wet floor signs. We'll implement a regular inspection schedule and ensure that signs are placed in areas prone to wetness. So this can be by placing them on the walls, so wet floor sign, a wet area here, or so on, which you can find on our website, or you can just buy from your local Bunnings or convenience store. To address the malfunctioning equipment, we'll establish a maintenance plan to conduct regular checks and repairs promptly. Lastly, for inaccurate spacing issues, we'll arrange the layout of the gym to create more room for the leg press. These control measures are essential for mitigating the risk associated with each hazard and will be implemented by the specific dates due. Any questions on that one, guys? Any concerns?
Nope.
Sweet. Agenda 4, reviewing control measures. So let's discuss how we plan to review the effectiveness of the control measures we've implemented. So this could be by regular audits and inspections will be conducted to ensure that control measures are being followed and remain effective.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be up to you guys to do, and we will come and inspect it at a later date.
Yep.
We'll also encourage staff to report any new hazards or issues they encounter. So this can be done by either a work health and safety notice board that you can have in your office, and regularly reviewing control measures so we can ensure that the workplace remains safe and compliant with the work health and safety regulations. Question 5. Agenda 5, incident reporting. I'd like to bring to your attention a recent medical emergency that occurred within your facility.
Yep.
So, Georgia, this has been reported by you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you just mind reading out that incident report for us to go through, and explain everything that happened?
So on the 19th of the 4th, 24 at 6 a.m, whilst instructing my client on the gym floor, a commotion caught my attention from the adjacent weight room. A gym member, Michaela Mason, abruptly approached me, visibly distraught and seeking assistance. She informed me that she had witnessed another gym member, Gerald, faint and hit their head on the ground. The exact details of the incidents would require further investigation and assessment, but based on Michaela's account, it appears that Gerald suddenly lost consciousness and fell, resulting in an impact on their head. Michaela was concerned about Gerald's well-being and sought immediate help from me, leading her to approach me for assistance. The incident occurred in the weights room.
Yeah.
Do I go through it?
Yeah, just read it all out for me.
So what was done to resolve the incident? Recognising the severity of the situation, I immediately approached the weight room to assess the condition of Gerald. On arrival, I found Gerald lying on the ground, disorientated with visible signs of a head injury. Ensuring professional safety and taking precautions, I knelt beside Gerald and conducted a brief initial assessment. I observed that Gerald had a small laceration on their forehead, indicating that the impact had caused a cut. Understanding the severity of the head injury and the need for professional medical assistance, I immediately instructed Michaela to call emergency medical services. While Michaela made the call, I remained with Gerald, providing reassurance and comfort. To control any bleeding from the laceration, I gently applied pressure using a clean cloth to avoid further blood loss and clotting. Throughout the process, I continually monitored Gerald's vital signs, including their level of consciousness, breathing, and pulse. I provided verbal reassurance, keeping them calm and offering support until medical help arrived.
Yep.
Upon the arrival of emergency medical services, I promptly relied all relevant information regarding the incident, including Gerald's loss of consciousness, head injury, and the actions taken. I cooperated fully with the emergency responders and provided any additional information or assistance where I was required.
Yeah. And this took place on the 19th of the 4th, 2024?
Yeah.
And has been reported to you, Chantel?
Yeah.
Yep, sweet. And how was that done, by email?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty. So sweet, that's all good, thank you. And question 6. We're going to discuss the results of the stress and fatigue monitoring form that was recently completed by you, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So this is to just control measures such as stress management, flexible work arrangements, or wellness program by prioritizing employees' health and welfare. Sweet. So on the guide here, let me just get that up. So So, do you carry out work for long periods which is physically demanding?
No.
Stress and fatigue monitoring form. Do you carry out work for long periods of time which is physically demanding?
No.
Do you carry out work for long periods of time which is mentally demanding?
No.
Does your work roster include shift work?
No.
Do you have less than a 10-hour gap between each shift?
No.
Is work performed at a low body clock times between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m.?
No.
Sweet. The symptoms listed below may indicate signs of stress and fatigue. On the list below, select any symptoms you've experienced within the past month. Falling asleep at work.
No.
Short-term memory loss.
No.
Feeling drowsy.
Nope.
Headaches.
Nope.
Dizziness.
Nope.
reduced hand and eye coordination.
No.
Increased rates of unplanned absence.
No.
Sweet. So based on the information above, what control measures will be used to manage your stress and fatigue? If no risk were identified, include at least one way you would continue to keep your stress and fatigue levels low.
Continuing to go to bed at a reasonable time and getting at least 8 hours of sleep.
Yep.
During the night.
Yep. Is that it?
Yep.
So that will help you, so you're not fatigued
Yeah,
at work
yeah.
and stuff. Yep.
Yep.
All right, guys. So I'll just get you to sign here, both of yous. Sweet. So meeting closed at 10:30.
Yep.
The next meeting will be on the 2nd of the 6th, 2024. So the follow-up items will be risk register forms, facility updates, actions identified as hazards, and future meetings.
Beautiful.
Thanks,
Can't
guys.
wait.